Welcome into Tips for Gamers. Today we're going to be talking about Madden 23 Face of the Franchise Gridiron Notes review that Madden 23 released. So we're going to give you guys our first thoughts on the mode. Face of the Franchise came out in recent years, and when it came out, I honestly couldn't care less about it. The mode itself was more like an episode from Desperate Housewives Football Edition. We were shocked that they didn't add storylines where you have to try and get a running back to the league who has no legs, or a 28-year-old quarterback who went blind and now has to throw for 4,000 yards using echolocation. The other thing is that when they released this mode, they showed us all how much they did not care about franchise mode. We asked ourselves many times, why would Madden spend so much time and energy into this new mode when franchise mode has become more stale than a cup of gas station coffee? To finish our quick thoughts on this mode, we hope that Madden realizes that they do not need two player modes. There is one player mode in franchise mode and Face of the Franchise. Just put the twin modes together and allow us to decide between a season of Desperate Housewives Football Edition or the regular boring player mode. And then you can at least say that you touched up franchise mode slightly. I don't know. So in the very beginning of this, they give you just word salad, a lot of bullet point stuff of like, this is what we're going to do, this is what we thought of, and stuff like that. Nothing really that important. I guess the most important here would be they relied heavily on what players have told them, and most importantly, getting you into action on the field much faster. And that's really just because your game mode was so boring, EA. People were hurting their fingers because they were trying to skip so fast. The more we look over it, the more we got to give Madden a little bit of kudos here for sure, is that Madden is at least listening to a degree to people. I mean, they are, because they really don't want to make this a long thing. So their contracts and quick starts here. So they're going to start you out as a fifth-year free agent, eager to finally make his breakout season. So your biggest decision right from the jump is making use of our upgraded free agency contract signing system to select the team you want to play for. So they're going to have new currency as well. So take into consideration things like quality of a team's needs for a player at your position and skill level, whether you're a good fit for their current scheme. And of course, whether they're willing to pay you above your current predicted market value. Like I said, this is completely up to you. It says those dollars and cents will matter this year, granting you things like bonus rep used for leveling your player depending on the quality of your pay. It's down to whether you want to play for your favorite team and just let the money do the talking. So that's pretty interesting. So, and this is another good point here that they had. From creating your player, signing with a team, and running out onto the field ready for kickoff will be just 15 minutes of setup. So they actually timed it. They weren't kidding this year. And it's great because, they even go down here and talk about the prologue, that it was a really long prologue that they've had before. And it's true. It was just so long and boring. It's just, oh my God. What's next? Please, nothing next. I mean, you'd turn a corner and be like, oh no, I'm going to have to read a bunch of stuff. It's like a book. So that's interesting. I got to say, that is very interesting for Madden to be able to add that in. And kudos to you guys. I mean, you timed it. I'm impressed you guys timed this. So on to the improved player locked gameplay. Okay, so you're going to be fully locked into your position, and you're going to have to be fully committed to mastering your position and relying on your teammates to do their job without the ability to flip over to full team control. So this is good and this is bad because, for one, I like that you have a more realistic gameplay where you have to master your position and you can't control everyone else. I love that. I loved how Madden used to be in a way where they had in their player mode where you didn't even pick who you got drafted by. You just got drafted, and then you didn't have full team control, and then, it made it more fun. Now, the bad part about it is the fact that obviously the CPU could be shaky, and then you're not only fighting the defense or the offense, you're having to fight the actual game itself. So I hope there's not going to be a bunch of drop passes if you're a quarterback and you're just like, this is just crazy, or your linemen just block atrociously, something like that. I hope that it's all the stuff that they've been talking about actually paying out, and then this could be a blast. So you're going to get to choose between quarterback, wide receiver, halfback, linebacker, and cornerback. So that's pretty cool. You don't get free safety, you don't get tight end, you don't get to be a hog molly, trench hog, just mauling defensive lineman, which is unfortunate. I would love to have that. Make it like a 6'9" left tackle, 330 pounds, 340. Pretty quick on the feet, but not too quick. 9-time Pro Bowler. Never let up a sack in my life type thing. That I would love that. but you can't do it. So they're basically going to, add more to it, from the camera work to core mechanics all over the field for 5 positions. Every game should feel like more, dynamic and alive no matter where you line up on the field. It's not that exciting, but it's I think it's a start at least. So the position focused progression is actually really interesting. They're going to go away from lovable classes, and they're, where you're upgrading the archetypes. And you're going to be able to, have a more customizable system here. And with things like a freshly updated UI, plus the added ability to freely respec your build so you can shuffle your skill points and abilities as desired, we're hoping players will feel empowered to experiment and fine-tune their setups until they find what looks and plays right for them. That's exciting. That's what we like to hear. And just giving the power back to the people. That's really it. So they're going to refresh the League Hub. They're making it more 3D. They're making it cooler. This is your home right here. Your guy's playing a video game like Kyler Murray and supposed to be studying instead. Just kidding, Kyler. And his name's Mike Cap, I think. I don't really know. But anyways, yeah, he's a cornerback, got drafted by the Browns. You got your side activities here, your options, your news, all that stuff. The news would be interesting if they start doing more, tweeting stuff. They probably are, and they're going to make it really dramatic. The side activities here, so that's cool. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like the UFC too. I don't know. You guys remember back in the day too, they had, I think, the player mode, and then you would have like an apartment, and then you'd have like a house, and it was all like a still picture. And it was kind of cool. Maybe that was NCAA. I don't know. Whatever it was, I remember it was kind of cool. So they're kind of going towards that, but they're making it, interesting. And, I can't say anything bad about this, really. Nothing bad. You're level 1. That sucks. So they're going to refresh the League Hub here. So this is a 3D. This is going to change. So throughout the year, and I'm glad he's playing a game, just like Kyler Murray instead of doing film. I'm just kidding, Kyler. Anyways, for a home game, you'll be operating out of your regular apartment. After a big win, you'll be in the locker room celebrating alongside your teammates. After a loss, things may be a little bit more somber. You'll be in a trash can somewhere drunk. Who knows? So this is cool. They want to keep you, immersed into it and kind of have you being there with your player a little bit. This is them. It feels like starting to want to go to an open world type thing. And I swear they used to have a long time ago, Madden used to have on player mode where they had still images and then they would switch. Like you'd have a nice house, then a nicer house and stuff like that. And that was actually kind of cool. I like that back in the day. Now, so I give them an added bonus to this. I think the fact that they're going to more of the psychology route of creating creating this immersion with you in the game. And then on top of that, you with the game that you love, which is football. So they're kind of taking all of it and putting it together. And I think it's, an added bonus compared to what we're used to with EA. So from the hub, you're going to be able to select the weekly goals. From there, you'll be able to choose easy, medium, and hard. You'll get more rep from what you choose. Also, this guy is level 4, and he's still the same overall. So he sounds like he's all cap. Anyways, that's decent stuff. So speaking of goals, be on the lookout for goals to pop up during your games each week to earn even more rep. So you see goals pop up there. Get 1 tackle, 3 and out. So that's cool. That's exciting. Even more layers to it, which is cool. They're going with the layers, and I like to see that. This is nothing really that new, but it's not a brand new concept of anything, but it's still cool to have more layers. So from the side activities, they're going to give you more chances to get temporary stat boosts to get you operating at peak performance, to on-field drills to test your skills and provide more rep to help boost your level, to side stories that grant even more unique rewards. The goal was to give a variety of content that will give you more freedom to dictate how you want to spend your life and fine-tune your player on his journey. At a basic level, it works like this. Select the side activities action item prior to your game for each week. Browse through available open days depending on how short the current week is. Set up an activity or drill available within each given week. Or each given day, Lock in your selections and sim the week. So that's, interesting. There's more levels to it again. They're adding more and more, and they're just trying to keep you entertained as much as possible. And with that entertainment, they're trying to reward you with that as well. And that's cool. So you want to get more involved with your community to earn unique rewards or opt for extra training to receive another stat boost for the next game. You'll take note of how these decisions each week unfold through your career. It will give you another piece of immersion that makes you feel closer to the life of your player and creates a greater connection to the league. Now, to finish this, we're going to say a few things. Number one, we believe that Madden is going in the right direction. It's a start, no doubt. Number two, we don't think that Madden truly understands what they have in front of them. You have the ability to create the most addicting mode in Madden history. The most addicting mode. Better than franchise, better than MUT. And the way you do that is by realizing what you have in front of you. There are modes that you can create to where it's like the what if mode. What if Barry Sanders never retired early? What if we can control Barry Sanders and finish out his career the way we wanted to? Just because we're fans and we just like to be able to talk about what ifs. What about Ricky Williams never getting injured or never leaving and getting suspended, and Terrell Davis, never getting injured and seeing what he could have turned into? What if Ryan Leaf got drafted and he's the Ryan Leaf of what he is today? What would his career look like? I mean, there's just so much that you can do with this. And we're excited for the future. We're just hoping that they really take it to the next level. And I know it seems like we're just complaining and we're never happy, and that's what Madden fans feel like. But for a long time, Madden fans have sat there with the same stuff over and over. Boring stuff. And so I don't think it's that much to ask for that we keep dreaming of the future.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lives.